The most electrifying thing.
Welcome to a new era of college football.
I light every bridge I see here just to watch it burn. If you've seen all the hell I've seen, it make your stomach turn. I think you know.
We introduced the next head football coach.
We got a potential superstar on our hands.
We ain't coming no more. We back.
This place is gonna rock.
I could tell some stories now, some things you won't believe.
14 to 12.
College football is completely different.
We're going to see a lot of unexpected things happen.
I might hurt a little, I might work a lot. Carry down the good times, stare me down the cloud. Throw some hallelujahs to the big man in the sky. Show 'em Sunday morning looking just like last night. Yeah, that's how I get by. Oh, that's how I get by. Show 'em Sunday morning smelling just like last night.
Look at this.
I might hurt a little, I might work a lot.
This is about as good as it gets. College football.
Yeah, that's how I get by.
Never seen anything like it.
Lord, that's how I get by.
Welcome in to Game Breakers Inside the Action. Your hosts, Smokey V and Big Red. Hey guys, this is going to be a live show tonight, so if we do mess up and slip, just remember we're not the professionals that we put on to be. Yeah guys, what a impact on this week. Week 1 has been nothing from what I thought it would be. A lot of good games had happened today, and a lot that I don't like, and some that I do like, and we'll go over a little bit of that. Before I jump into it, I think I'm gonna let Big Red take it this time. Go ahead, Red.
Oh yeah, we had some good games on today. A lot of blowout games, but we had some good games, especially the last game versus Texas A&M and Notre Dame. Um, Very disappointed that A&M lost. I really thought they was going to pull it out, but I think for the first week of college football, we're still got some more games on. So uh, I am ready for this season to continue. I'm ready for next week.
Yeah, I think next week will be a good one, man. As everybody knows, and if you can't tell, oh, Tennessee, baby. But we'll go over our individual games after the games that had happened today. Yeah, I mean, just to take it off at the top here, of course, we got yesterday's game with Oklahoma and Temple. That was a blowout. We got Clemson and Georgia. I'm going to skip through that one. We've got Penn State and West Virginia. I thought it was going to be a little bit more competitive, but it looks like that Penn State overtook West Virginia 34-12. So that was a game that was kind of like a toss up for me. Um, Iowa blew the socks off of Illinois State 40-0. I'll skip over Chattanooga and Tennessee, but yeah, there was a lot of games that were just out of reach for a lot of these teams. We had an unfortunate sequence for Florida today with Miami blowing the doors off of them 41-17.
That's Florida picked the wrong end of the stick this
Yeah, that was
to start
that
off
was
the season.
definitely. Yeah, man, that was. As everybody knows, me and Big Red are both SEC fans, of course, being Tennessee and Georgia. And we'll hit on some others, but SEC is where it's at. I'm just going to be real honest with you. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, it's all about the SEC. It just means more. But yeah, so Red, what are some top games that you kind of concentrated on today?
Uh, the first one I really concentrated on, of course, was Georgia and Clemson, but we'll get to that, when we talk about our individual teams, but really the two games, I mean, that was really good today that I thought at first, was Florida and Miami. It was close there for the little bit, and then Miami took off. And then, but the really good game that everybody expected it to be was Notre Dame and Texas A&M. Uh, really enjoyed it. I thought that Texas A&M was going to come away with a win, but Notre Dame overpowered them right there at the end. And I think, there was a call there on fourth down that Texas A&M should have uh, challenged to spot the ball because it was actually a first down, and they didn't. And I think if they would have, it would have been a different outcome.
Oh yeah, Texas A&M. I mean, at the very least, should have went for it on 4th and 1, in my opinion. That being the last game that has happened, and if you see me looking over, it's because I'm looking at the updates. I'm watching SEC. I've got about 4 games streaming at one time right now. Also on top of that, so just I'll tell you, man, the Texas A&M and the Notre Dame game really was upsetting to me too. I was hoping that TAMU would take it off, but they didn't. The Florida game and the Miami game was close for about 3 minutes, and then Miami just kind of blew the socks off of it on that one. You know what? I mean, the South Dakota State and Oklahoma State game, I did not watch any of it. I'm just going to be straight up and honest with you guys. But I mean, as far as points wise, it was probably the closest one. We got Ole Miss blowing the socks off of the middle school Furman, 76-0. I
Oh
think
yeah,
Auburn won 76-3 or 73 to something like that. It was crazy, crazy scores, which as well as I do, man. It's like week 1 is a tune-up game for most of the schools, except for Florida got thrown into the gauntlet.
pretty much. And Oregon barely won against Idaho. I thought Idaho was going to pull it off there for a little bit, and but you know,
Fingers were crossed, my toes were crossed, everything was crossed. I was hoping the same thing, man. Um, I really thought that Idaho was going to come away and try to do it, but what am I? What am I? Who am I? Who is this
Alabama,
guy?
yeah, Alabama, they killed Western Kentucky. I mean, but that's a high school team.
Yeah, for sure.
Just just like Ole Miss and Furman. I mean, come on, 76 to nothing.
Yeah, that's a joke and a half right there. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. It these games today, I wouldn't take too seriously, I wouldn't think. The only one that I'm gonna tell you, I am changing my ACC champion to Miami. Period. I think I might have picked them before, but I am sold. Um, I, I know that Florida's not like a number one team or anything, but I figured it'd be a little bit more competitive being at the Swamp. I really did.
I did too, but then again, I mean, Florida just has so many holes in defense. They have so many holes in their offense. It just Florida's not what they used to be. Um, I don't. I mean, hopefully they'll get back to the way they were before, but I don't see it happening for a while. I mean, Billy Napier. I mean, he's a good coach. He doesn't have the recruiting like a Kirby Smart or Ohio State or Oregon. I mean, because there's no flash to go there anymore. I mean, they're
Mm.
just not that team that they used to be.
I tell you what, man, I think Billy is on the hot seat. I think he's on the hot seat big time.
Yeah, I think if he ends up not having a good season, which I don't think they're gonna have a good season, uh, yeah, he's out of there, and he might be able to coach somewhere else, but he's not really proven himself as a college coach.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not. He is definitely not. And you know, I'm not going to touch very hard on my team today, but I have to say, if I were to, out of everything that I've seen, complete game as far as quarterback play, Nico is worth every bit of $8 million that they paid that man. Um, he only, I don't want to get into the stats yet, but he did a phenomenal job. Um, I think that the recruiting there has just really, really opened up the doors for a lot of things. But aside from that, Ohio State, I thought they were going to have a hard time at first because, I mean, it was so like up in the air up until like the end of the second quarter, like beginning of the third, and then they finally bust the doors open. But like you said, number three Oregon, buddy, they had a hard time, man. They had a hard time. Uh, I mean, what they win by 10,
Let me
24-14?
check here. They won uh, Ohio State.
No, no, no. Oregon, I think they beat Idaho
Oh, yeah,
24-10 or 24-14 or
24,
something.
24-14.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man. Dude, that's a damn close game. I mean, for them to be ranked as high as they are, and I don't know,
And
man. That was
a lot of people have Oregon going to the national championship game. I just don't see that happen. I mean, I know it's the first game and they got, still got a whole season in front of us, but I just don't.
yeah, and another thing that we got to remember is, we take a lot of stuff and we 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 run with it, and it's just week one. You got some freshmen out there, they probably got first game jitters. You got, a lot of things that are going on. I mean, I'm looking at it right now with, you know, man, Florida's Florida's quarterback got hurt. Who knows? I didn't see any kind of updates on how serious it was. I did just see the play where he did get injured, but I just it, it's a fiasco. And like I said, man, he's on the hot seat. He might have to go back to Murray County High. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm sorry for all the Gator people out there. You probably be like, man, this guy hates on us so hard. But I mean, it's just what it is.
I don't even think Murray County wants him back though.
Oh yeah, no, probably not.
That they moved on.
Hey,
I will say this.
we got somebody watching on Twitch right now. I just saw it. I just want to say hello to our Twitch viewers out there. Thank you for coming in and watching the show. We do everything NCAA most of the time. We are all SEC. It just means more. Uh, but
I will say this. We forgot about this game. Vanderbilt and Virginia Tech.
oh yes, that was an
Vanderbilt
overtime game.
Vanderbilt came away with a win, 34-27 in overtime.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty crazy that that did happen, but it's like you sit around and I really thought that Virginia Tech was going to take them out, like just straight up. I really did. I
Yeah,
really, really did.
a lot of people thought so, and I mean, I thought they were going to win. I thought Virginia Tech because they were returning most of their starters from last year.
Yeah, I mean, it, it blew me away, to be honest with you. It blew me away, dude, because I didn't realize that it would be such a close game. I mean, I really thought that we were looking at maybe like a 24-7 game and Vanderbilt get beat. I really did. And I don't say that just because I am a Tennessee fan and we're in-state rivals. I say that because it's just the honest to God truth. Um, that's just how I felt about it. And if you want me to be, completely honest, I think Vandy's a joke. I mean, I do. I do. But we did forget about that one. So thanks for bringing that up, man, because that was a very good game going into an overtime win, and Vandy taking advantage of it. That was awesome, man. I mean, I give it up for them. Give it up for them. Everybody, everybody, let's give it up for them. Let's go ahead and give them a few claps here. But yeah, I think that, like you said, that was a great game. We forgot about Texas blowing the roof off 52-0 in Colorado State, which, we look, we are fans as well, so we're going to talk a little shit. It just happens. It is what it is, man. And at the end of the day, if we weren't fans and we just came in here and just gave you analytics and everything else, you might as well turn on SEC Network. We're going to go in here and bash people. We're going to come in, we're going to have people come in here bashing us, and that's okay because that's just what it is. It is trash talk season. We're here to do it. We're here for it for sure. But yeah, man, look, guys, continue to like, share, and subscribe. Get the channel up. That way we can continue to do this. That's the real reason that we come in here and do these things, is for you guys, for your entertainment, for you watching and listening. That's the main thing. We are going to go ahead and slip into segment 2, and I'm going to absolutely shut my mouth for about 5 to 10 minutes and let Big Red take it away for his UGA Bulldogs. Let's give it up for the dogs today. I'm going to go ahead and give it up for the dogs. Let's go. Just a little slip.
Oh, come on.
All right, Red, take it away, buddy.
Yeah, we opened our season today against Clemson, and I was very, very worried to begin with. We started out slow. We ended up winning 34-3, and actually, there's about 2 minutes worth of highlights here I would like to share, if that'd be all right. One second, let me get it pulled up here. All right, let's share. It was a good game, though. After we watched some of the highlights, I will talk more about it. So here we go.
Beck given time, now running out of it behind a veteran offensive line. He takes off running, has the first down, and stumbles down at the Clemson 43-yard line. And Athens even closer. Play fake by Cade Klubnik. They have 23 yards of offense so far. Deep throw and a catch. Beck is the holder.
He barely made this.
And that one is good. Kirby might want to rethink the 35-yard line.
This is where we take off, though, right here.
They do. And it is caught for a touchdown.
That is a transfer from Miami. He came from Miami.
They beat Jaden Lucas in coverage. Though the roof is closed, it is warm inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Nifty moves. Love it. Down to the goal line. They come to the line quickly after the 13-yard
Touchdown,
gain.
Frazier.
Frazier into the end zone.
I mean, he's never going to have statistically eye-popping, ridiculous numbers because he had such a great supporting cast, but he's been very solid today.
Stands in, gets it off. London Humphreys down the sideline and into the end zone. All right, Molly, thank you.
Watch this interception.
Lets it go deep, and it is intercepted. by the All-American Malachi Starks. Carson Beck went under center. Jones bounces it outside, delivers a stiff arm, stumbled toward the pylon. Touchdown. Very impressive opening win. 11 straight season openers won by Georgia, including all 9 now under Kirby Smart.
So yeah, let's see here. Let's get this pulled back up. That way I can give you some of these stats from today's games. From today, let's see. Carson Beck, he threw for 278 yards and 2 touchdowns. Frazier ran for 83 yards and 1 touchdown. Humphreys led with 2 receptions and 63 yards and 1 touchdown. It was a very good game. Travis Ncaa did not play today. He was serving, I think it's going to be a 1-game suspension for his DUI arrest back during the off season. Georgia has a lot of issues when it comes to that, but Kirby's trying to get it under control. And hey, you
I had to do it, man. I'm sorry.
know it happens. I mean, we lost one of our best receivers with Thomas. I know that things happen, and I don't agree with what he's done. But I think Kirby made the right decision, kind of showing, hey, we don't put up with that here. And that's one thing I do like about Kirby. He's going to discipline his players, and he needs to, just like any other team. If anybody was to get in trouble, I think they need to be disciplined. I mean, because it's just you don't do things and get away with it. So I really think Kirby did the right thing. It was a good game though. After halftime, Kirby got them in the locker room, talked over, told them if they didn't get their heads out of the butt, they were going to end up losing this game. And I'm glad they had the talk. 34-3. Game I'm waiting for now. I know we got a few easy games, but I'm waiting for the Alabama and Georgia game. But the game I'm really looking forward to, and Nick might think it beat me Tennessee. I'm really looking forward to that Texas game. I really, it's going to be a good close one. Right now, I know it's October 19th, but we're favored by 2.5 points. Field goal pretty much. They beat Colorado State today, 52-0. Not a lot of games today besides, like we said, Georgia and Clemson. Texas A&M and Notre Dame. Not a lot of ranked games today. So but pretty much always during the first week of the season is those gimme games. So I think Georgia honestly came out and did what they needed to. They got business taken care of. I think Kirby should be very happy with the way things went today. But one thing Georgia needs to do is come out of the gate faster instead of doing like they have today. And I know it's the first game, they got the jitters, but they need to come out of the gate harder. And I think they will, especially, you can't do that against Alabama or Tennessee or Texas and think you're going to win the game. You just can't do
Yeah,
that.
I'd say my main thing about that game is like you said, how how slow outside of the gate that they did come. 6-0 at the half, but like you said, you got a lot of these kids that are just, they got jitters. You got freshmen, you got brand new faces, you got some from transfer portal that are maybe not quite used to the speed of the game in the SEC, or just different things that they have to get accumulated with before they can really take off. So that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to see what Travis Etnade can do. I would like to got to see him today, but like I said, I do agree with Kirby, and that's the athletic department. Also, they made the decision to suspended one game, but I mean, you gotta pay for what you do. I mean,
Yeah.
good thing it was just a DUI, and hopefully he learned his lesson and he doesn't do it again. But I think once he does come back, he's going to be a major factor in our running game.
Yeah. I think,
Frazier looked good today too. I mean, don't get me
yeah,
wrong,
they did.
but
Yeah, I
I
think that
think
running game will be a big, you know, contribution for you guys, to get more runs in would be good for you guys. I didn't watch the whole game, but it doesn't seem like there was a whole lot of rush attempts and getting things in and stuff like that. So I, the
yeah,
defense
Carson
played. Yeah.
Carson pretty much he took it over. I mean, he did what he needed to today. He got it. He got what he needed to. I mean, the passes that he made was on point pretty much all game, so he did pretty well.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And our defense,
Absolutely.
I'm looking at the stats here too. The total yards, I mean, this is crazy. Georgia had 447 yards, and Clemson we held them to 188 total yards for the whole game. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, we out almost 350 yards. I mean, so and the SEC is looking good right now, though. I mean, the only teams that have lost so far is Florida and Texas A&M. So everybody else has won. We got one more game. LSU plays USC tomorrow night at 7:30. Catch us on our live stream. We will be live streaming during that game. So I can't wait for that. I
Yeah,
think it's going to be a good game.
absolutely.
They're going to be playing in
Yeah,
Las
man.
Vegas.
I think it'll be a good one too. I think unfortunately I think LSU is going to end up winning. I don't want them to win that game. I just don't think that USC really has any kind of firepower to really take them out of the game, but you never know. It could definitely happen. But, the game itself is in LSU. It's a 7:30 game. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be a you know,
Well, actually, it's at
lot
a
of
neutral site. It's at a neutral
Oh,
site.
is it?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're playing in Las Vegas at the
You
Las
did
Vegas
say that.
Raiders
You did say that.
Stadium.
Okay, okay. Yep. Yep. Well, yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you going through that with our UGA fans. They'll be in tune with that, talking about that. And we're going to flip the script over and we're going to go on the other side of the ball with old Rocky Top, baby.
They say it's over 100K in here right now. And me, it feel like 200.
Defense go to work. Special teams go to work.
Now we back, baby.
Offense, you know what to do.
It's football time in Tennessee.
All right, then. Let's go ahead and jump right on into it. I don't think I'm going to play anything for you guys. I think that, me telling you some analytics and just kind of spitting it out there pretty quickly and just getting to the facts of how well this game was. The game was 69-3. That is amazing. I will share the screen with you guys so that you can go along with me on the screen. We had a phenomenal game, guys. 69-3. Team total yards was 718 yards versus 227. And, the yardage doesn't really pop out to me. It's more about the yards per play. And Tennessee sitting at 8, and Chattanooga was at 3.8. Don't get me wrong, they are a lesser opponent for sure than a lot of these teams that played today. But I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the stats, I'm looking at the TV as well. 76-0 with Ole Miss and Furman. That was nuts. But yeah, we had 36 first downs to their 10, which is wild. We were 9 for 15 on the third down, and then fourth down, 1 for 1. We punt the ball one time, they punt the ball 9. I would say the biggest thing on the takeaway on these right here would be the 52 yards with penalties. Now, 6 is not too horrible, but in the same sense, you want to knock that down. You can't have 50 yards in penalties and expect to win, especially when you get into SEC play and the bigger games on the ACC side, and NC State, for example. I mean, that's going to not be a cakewalk, but I do have Tennessee beating them by at least 14 points. I think the spread right now might be around 7 or 8, but I hadn't actually sat back and looked myself, honestly. We ran 90 plays, guys. 90 plays. Had 29 seconds or 29 minutes of possession on the ball, which is we're about 50-50 there. It's not too bad at all, but we have got to jump into the Ncaa era. Number 8 put up some spectacular numbers today, and he only played 2 halves of football. He was 22 for 28, which is off the charts, with 314 yards with 3 touchdowns. I mean, heck, look, Gaston Moore didn't do too bad. I mean, he's definitely not a world beater by any stretch. Uh, had an interception. The defense had a awesome block punt for a scoop and score there close to the end, which is why it did get to where it got at 69 points. We had a lot of good things happening here. Dylan Sampson's averaging about 10 yards a carry, or more than 10 yards a carry at 3 touchdowns. Nico had 3 touchdowns. You actually had Deshaun Bishop with a touchdown, Khalif Keith with a touchdown, and then, like I said, the defensive touchdown as well was pretty awesome.
You get a
Uh,
touchdown. You get a touchdown.
yeah, everybody. Dante Thornton had 2 touchdowns. Ethan Davis had 1. So I mean, we're scattered out there, man. Um, I really wish that Brew would have got a touchdown today, and that way we could have gave the whole Knoxville some free cookies. That was like their running joke today on the on the announcing. But we had an awesome overall game. Again, coming back to it, I mean, I would say overall, Dante Thornton showed out and showed up with 35 yards as an average. You got to thank your quarterback for that, because he had a big part in that. Definitely did. Yeah. But yeah, I don't want to bore you to death with a whole bunch of stats here. Just wanted to go over just a few of them here and just kind of let you guys see what was going on. But this guy. But yeah, man. I mean, overall, I'm very excited about the season. Not getting too hype over anything, but I will say this: this is probably the most points that we scored in a while. Even last year, no big, jump for Joe Milton, but he's not Hendon Hooker. I think that I think that Nico has a higher ceiling than Hooker did. I think he'll be the top 5 draft pick whenever it's his time to go. And yeah, man, I like I said, I think it was an awesome win. I think it was great for the guys to have some kind of booster there and to kind of see exactly what the big games feel like when we get to that point. But yeah, man, closing statements we'll go ahead and take. That was an amazing second run here, and like Big said, we will have yet another live tomorrow, kind of going over the stats with the LSU game in Vegas. And thank you for correcting me on that, dude, because I I totally my mind just went blank. I was like, oh yeah, LSU, blah 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 blah.
I will say, going back to Georgia real fast, I was looking at their stats a little bit more. Something they got to work on. They had 7 penalties for 70 yards today, and Clemson only had 3 for 15. So Kirby needs to get that under control, because that will cost you against any other team like an Alabama, Tennessee, or Texas. It will cost you game. and if he
Yeah.
doesn't get that under control, that's not good. I mean, I know it was the first game and some of the jitters, but hopefully they'll get that worked out.
Was that mostly defense or was it mostly offense?
By what I seen during the game, it was
Was it
about
a bunch
half.
of about half
It
and
was
half?
about
Bunch of
yeah, about half and half.
silly, like probably false starts or something like that.
Yeah, false starts. I think some of it was holding. Uh, so, but they did, going back to their rushing it real fast because I didn't see all this at first. This was my bad. They did have 27 rushing attempts for 6.3 yards per rush, and they passed. Their yards per pass were 8.4 compared to Clemson's 4.9. So, I mean, Carson Beck showed up today like I hope he would have had. So,
No, I mean, I think both of our teams had a pretty special day.
yeah,
Um,
Georgia gets to play a high school team next week. So, yeah.
who do y'all play next week? I didn't even look.
We play Tennessee Tech.
Tennessee Tech. Yeah, man, it's going to be another blowout for you guys, another boring game to sit through. But in my opinion, I'm not even on my team side. I don't like seeing that 69-3. It makes me want to take a nap.
Yeah, next week y'all play NC State, 7:30 p.m. ABC.
Yeah, it's going to be a prime time game. I'm excited, man. I, my predictions are going to be what I think at that time, and I really do think that we'll beat them by at least 2 touchdowns. They did not have a good showing on their first game. It was not great. Um, again, we played Chattanooga, I understand, but dude, they're just not playing up to their standard of being the number 24 or 25 school, I think it was. Uh, they just got to go back to the drawing board, man, and that's what a lot of these teams are probably going to end up doing as far as that's concerned. I,
Yeah,
I I just, it's
Tennessee's
crazy,
favored
man.
by 4.5 points.
4.5.
Yeah, y'all playing at North Carolina. Oh, actually, it's the Duke's Mayo Classic. So if I remember correctly, that'll be in, uh,
It's in Charlotte.
yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah. You'll have a lot of NC people there, but I do believe that Tennessee will show up. Um, they travel pretty good, especially that not being as far as it would be if it was NC State.
I think it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be no blowout. Maybe
Mm,
7 points.
okay. Okay. Big's giving us 7. I'm saying I'd say anywhere from 14 to 21 point spread. That's what I'm kind
Ooh.
of getting at. I really think that Nico is that well off, and I've got some pretty good faith in the kid. I think he's gonna really do some big numbers here for the guys. I'm pretty excited about it, man. This whole the whole time, really, man, it's just like, you know, we predicted in the beginning on our first pod, we had predicted who's gonna win it all, and brother, I mean, I'm still saying Georgia will probably end up winning the SEC. I'm just, I do think that we're going to end up sliding into the. I I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I'm thinking between 4 and 8 is where we'll probably, or 5 and 8 is where we'll land. I've said 4. Well, you have to be a champion to win that. So, but yeah, you definitely, just yeah. um, get in there somehow, some way. Like I said, I'm looking at SEC Network right now, and they're putting Nico up there as number 1 quarterback today. I like that, but
Yeah, I mean,
again,
that's what happens when you
it's
play a high school team. Yeah. Yeah.
got to throw some shade. It's okay. It's okay. He's got to throw some kind of shade. I get
It
it.
it's all right. We play our high school team next week.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Huh?
give you a live update real fast. Arizona just scored to make it 33-24 over New Mexico.
Oh yeah. Okay. That was New Mexico. Oh, hold on. What is that? Is that's live right now?
That is live right now.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to show the fans a little something, something here. What we got going on. Um, and this is not something that I'm going to have any sound on for. I just want to let you guys know. I mean, look, I'm not. We're not. We're. Nobody is sponsoring us, but I'd like to sponsor somebody and just give it out and shout out to newfood.tv. You guys are nothing but spectacular. You got, four screens going. If you got three or four TVs beside each other, you can have 12 games going at one time. That's awesome. You guys need to check out newfood.tv. It is $20 a month, $120 for 6 months, and I think, well, no, I think that was a year, but don't don't don't. I'm not going to jump into that. We'll just keep it at 20 a month, okay?
But you
But
get a
it's well
lot of
worth it.
networks and you get a lot of channels that it's worth it.
Yeah, it is. It is. It definitely is. Man, I can't believe that we're already 41 minutes into this thing. Uh, Definitely didn't feel like it was the whole show that got cut into right there. That was pretty crazy that that happened the way that it did. But, I just want to take a moment here again and say, like, share, and subscribe. Go to your Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell button whenever that comes up. We love it, man. We love to see it.
We thank y'all for the views that we had last week. I mean, it just seeing the views just it made us feel good. I mean, it made us feel good that people actually watched us. I mean, we're going to get better. I know this is just our second one, but we're learning, and eventually, hopefully, we'll get bigger. I mean, yeah, our setups right now, we're we're working with what we have here, so I think it will get better. Um, Hopefully, eventually, one day, we'll be able to put some money into this and be able to make it bigger, and actually maybe have a studio to do these sometimes. So you never know.
Yeah. No, I mean, it'll happen. I've got a studio upstairs, man. I just, everybody's asleep upstairs, so I'm just like, well, I better not go and wake the mama bear up. But yeah, so again, I just want to say, just keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep getting it out there. And, I hope that, everybody has a wonderful weekend. Be safe if you're out there, driving. Don't go out there drinking and driving. It's Labor Day weekend. We don't want any of that to happen. It's definitely not something that we're going to say tribute to. We don't want that to happen to anybody. But, enjoy your football this weekend. Enjoy tomorrow's game if you're a LSU fan. Enjoy it if you're a USC fan. Again, like, share, and subscribe the page. We would really appreciate it. Again, we've got Twitch that is live right now. We have Facebook, which is live right now. We have YouTube, which is live right now. We are on all platforms, and we will be bumping this up to Spotify. It won't be video, but you'll be able to hear the voices and what's behind the voice. And I really appreciate it, Big Red. You got any other closing statements for us tonight, brother?
Now we'll see y'all tomorrow night, and we hope y'all like this show. So
Come on back, baby. All right, then, guys. You have a fantastic night. And like, share, go ahead and shoot those comments up, and have a great night, guys.
Welcome to a new era of college football. I light every bridge I see here just to watch it burn. If you've seen all the hell I've seen, it make your stomach turn. I think you know.
We introduced the next head football coach.
We got a potential superstar on our hands.
We ain't coming no more. We back. This place is gonna rock. I could tell some stories about some things you won't believe.
4 teams to 12.
College football is completely different.
We're going to see a lot of unexpected things happen.
I might hurt a little. I might work a lot. Carry down the good times. Staring down the cloud. Throw some hallelujahs to the big night in the sky. Show 'em Sunday morning looking just like last night. Yeah, that's how I get by. Oh, that's how I get by. Show 'em Sunday morning smelling just like last night.
Look at this.
I might hurt a little. I might work a lot.
This is about as good as it gets.
College football. Yeah, that's how I get by.
Never seen anything like it.
Lord, that's how I get by.